18 Big Ten games. Obviously gets started again tomorrow at Northwestern, team that is got a lot of familiar faces, a lot of guys we know. They're led by two very good guards, and Bubui and Chase Audige. Throw another one in there, with Robbie Barron. Up front. So guys that are Ty Berry is a guy that has had success. So this is a team that has found an identity, very much so on the defensive side. They're one of the top 2-point field goal defenses in college basketball. They make it very tough for you in the paint, and you've definitely got to make some jump shots and make some threes against them. So we know we've got to play well, and we've got a good week of practice, and been able to clean some things up, been able to, work on our press, been able to do some things that we're definitely in need of. So excited about the way we've been practicing.
Sorry if I go.
Yeah, go ahead, Scott. Lead us off.
Thank you. Brad, without asking you obviously to divulge game plans, but what from what you showed against Cookman, using Dane at the 5 at the outset, I'm doing some more spread, that kind of stuff. What would you like to see carry over? It looked like you were trying some newer things for this team.
No, I think we had a game plan against Bethune. We wanted to look at some different things. There's no way we're going to abandon our press. We didn't need it, to be very honest. It was just a game to go out and try to execute and put a few wrinkles in. Some we liked, some we didn't. So, we're not going to vary, too much in what we've been doing. But again, it's we had to emphasize playing in the half court and get back to that the way we were against UCLA, Virginia, real early in the season. And I thought our effort had slipped. And and then offensively, we were a little more half court oriented going into that game in terms of execution. But again, every game's got its own challenges, and Northwestern presents a lot with what they do defensively.
And then is there any update on Sky to share?
Yeah, he's been back in practice.
Coach, follow up on Sky. Is he just returning recently, or how's that progression been for him with the shoulder?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it probably could have played, in the if it was an NCAA tournament game, or could have played in the Bethune game. There was no need in that game to jeopardize anything. We've got it healthy. It's not the first time he has dinged that up a little bit. He's got a little shoulder brace that he's playing with, like Trent played with last year, but he's been really solid.
One more to follow up. With Northwestern being one of the top 10 teams, defensive efficiency, with you guys in the half court still working through some things and figuring your schematics out, what's important execution-wise against a team that's done pretty well at that end of the floor? Yeah,
just doing what we do, and you've got to know what they're going to give you. They're a team that is very committed to what they're doing. They're elite at protecting 2-point field goals at the front of the rim. You've still got to get the ball there, and then you've got to make the right reads and make the right sprays, and we got to find the right pace to play with, and that's execution is utmost, as it is in any Big Ten game.
Coach, do you see the new year as a chance to kind of refresh, kind of reset everything? Do you look at that? Has there been any examples of that in your career earlier where you had kind of that break was kind of loaded in some good things?
Well, practice is always a good thing. And that's the one thing that you like about this time of year is there's no schoolwork.
Okay.
There's not something occupying 6-8 hours of their day. and so you can get in the gym and work. And it's a time to refine things. It's a time to grow your execution in a lot of different areas. So it's been a really positive thing for us in the past. Our individual numbers, guys get a ton of shots. Guys can have access to the gym 24/7, and those things are always really positive for us.
Do you have a resolution for this year?
I do.
Want to share it or no?
No, but I've actually got two. Guy can have two, can he?
Oh, you can have 20 if you want 20.
Well, I'm doing really well on both of them 3 days in.
Good job. Thanks, Coach.
Coach, just, with the 0-2 start to the Big Ten play, does this feel any more significant to get something going for your team as you look into the rest of the season?
No more so than any other game. I think, it's not ideal being 0-2. There's no doubt. But, we played Maryland when they were hotter than, as hot as anybody in the country. It goes to show the ebbs and flows of what a season can be. But you got to treat every game independently and know that it's a very long season. Everybody's going to go through some sort of up and down in the course of a season. It happens every year. And we don't want it to continue, but you got to fight, you got to grow and not put any more emphasis on any one game.
And how is Luke Goody kind of progressing along, and do you anticipate him coming back for you, pretty soon?
That'll be, the doctors will determine that when he goes back. He's in a shoe. He's doing all the conditioning stuff, all the stuff that he's allowed to do. And, he's progressing quite nicely. And then when he goes back here in a week and a half, then we'll see what the doctor says to start, putting him out there and in practice if that's what they think.
Coach, we know RJ Melendez has struggled with his shoulder injury. Have you seen any sort of progression from him in practice over the last couple of days?
Yeah, he's been very good. And, it's more that he's not fearing getting it hit than anything else. And I mean, he's back to playing with some pop and not cautious. And, I think before he was doing that, now he's, it was a bruise. It was a good bruise. It hurt. Now he's back, in a position where he's just kind of cutting it loose.
Brad, the rhythm of the schedule, at least for January, is game, 2 days, game, sometimes 3. But is it helpful? Does it matter that kind of almost regularity, the rhythm of the schedule for you in a Big Ten schedule?
Sure. Yeah, there's no doubt. And I mean, you've got to, when you get into those stretches, you've definitely got to manage some of your guys in their minutes. You do that more through the practices, but it's where we've got great people in Fletch and Paul Schmidt monitoring recovery. Palmer Johnson with nutrition, all of that stuff is such a big piece of keeping guys as close to 100% as they can be. And then, we've got monitors on them every day, so we know how much they're running in practice, and we can kind of weigh that out as well. So, some guys need a little more and some guys need a little extra, depending on how much they're playing. I kind of like that rhythm once you get into it.
Coach, is the Big Ten, as you see it right now, as good as ever? I mean, you see all those 18 are going to be tough, I take it, right?
Oh, every night is extremely tough. And I think that the one thing that is been very true in my time here, this is year 6, anybody can beat anybody. And it doesn't matter if you're just off center a little bit, you're going to lose. And it doesn't matter what you're ranked. It doesn't matter what your record is. You look at Maryland. when we played them. I thought they were as good as any team in the country. And Michigan had just lost to Central Michigan, who was in the 300s. And, turn around and just, if you get off a little bit and teams play hard and inspired, you can get beat. That's what makes this league very, very challenging every night. It's toughness, and it's your ability to go win on the road because you are tough and because you defend.
Excellent.
I don't see anything else in the chat. Is that all we got?
I got one more quick one, I think.
Okay.
With the women having the success they're having, the big win they had over Iowa, just wondering if that energy sort of gets passed through the building as you share hallways and parking lots and facilities.
What are you saying? We suck?
No, I'm saying if no, I'm not to say that at all. I'm just saying if the positive vibes, that they're having, just everyone kind of gets boosted by that in the building as you see each other.
Yeah, no, there's no winning's the most contagious thing ever. Those vibes are great. And Shauna's done a terrific job. She's got a great team. She's got elite guards. They're going to be a team to be reckoned with, but that's what we always strive for. Positivity and that great feeling is incredible. And, we want everybody to feed off what we're doing and winning Big Ten championships and feeling that, and the way we walk around with our head held high on campus. And, everybody seems to think we're not having a great year. I'll trade resumes this year with any year we've had to this point. So, but yeah, there's no doubt it was a great win for them, and text Shauna right after the game, and it helps. It's coming against Iowa, so heck yeah, we're pulling for them, and it's always great to have that around.
I was just curious because you share facilities, and when you feel the success of another team as opposed to a different team on a different place.
Yeah, and I will say that it's we don't see each other a lot. Their practice times are different, their roads are different. We're in different gyms, obviously, but Sean and I see each other and both working out, and we text, and we stick our head in each other's offices and communicate. But there's no doubt it's when we're around, it's much better to see them winning than it was previously and having success.
Okay.